On Virgin Voyages, the social side of the trip unfolds slowly, almost like the ship is inviting you into it at your own pace. And when you're traveling solo, especially in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, that gentle unfolding becomes one of the most comfortable parts of the entire experience. What surprised me most the first time I sailed wasn't the shows or the restaurants. It was the energy of the ship. It's warm, it's open, it's unhurried. People aren't rushing. They're lingering. They're wandering. They're letting the day unfold naturally. And when you travel solo, that kind of environment matters. Here's the thing about Virgin Voyages. You don't have to chase connection. You don't have to force conversations. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room. The ship does the work for you. It creates these little pockets of social energy, places where people naturally gather, relax, and open up. All you have to do is move with the flow that's already there. Some spaces invite quiet. Some invite conversation. And some, like Sip Lounge or the Dock House, sit right in the middle, where you can be alone and still feel part of the ship's heartbeat. That balance is what makes Virgin Voyages such a good place for solo travelers. Most conversations don't start at the pool. They start in the in-between spaces, waiting for a drink at Sip, sitting at the bar at On the Rocks, listening to live music, walking through the roundabout, watching the sunset. These are the moments where connection feels natural, not forced. If you're not sure where to begin, start with a bar seat. It's the easiest place for a solo traveler to settle in. You're not interrupting anyone. You're not intruding. You're simply there, open to whatever unfolds. And the bartenders on Virgin Voyages are incredible at reading the room. And sometimes the best moments aren't conversations at all. They're the quiet ones, watching the ship move, listening to music, sitting with a drink, letting the evening unfold, feeling the energy around you without needing to add anything to it. When most people think of Scarlet Night, they think of the pool party. But the pool party isn't where connections happen. It's fun, it's wild, it's definitely worth seeing and experiencing. But it's not where people slow down enough to talk. It's loud, it's crowded, it's a show, fun to watch, but not a place to talk. The real social moments happen around the party, in the hours before and in the quiet pockets after. You run into people who are dressed up, relaxed, and more open than usual. If you're going to talk to someone, these are the moments when it happens naturally, not in the center of the noise of the party, but just outside of it. The best advice I can give you about making social connections on the ship is this: let moments find you. Move through the ship at your own pace. Sit where you feel most comfortable, and trust that the right conversations will unfold when they're meant to. Because that's what happens here. You meet people you never expected to meet. You share moments you didn't plan. You find yourself talking to someone at the bar, or at the dock, or in the roundabout, and it feels effortless. So if you're sailing solo, especially later in life, know this: Virgin Voyages has a social flow that supports you. You don't have to chase anything. You don't have to force anything. You just have to be present. Let the night unfold, let the ship carry you, and let connection happen naturally. My name is Dr. Dan, and this channel is a calm, cinematic place for solo travelers who want their days and their travels to feel intentional, unhurried, and true to who they are. If you're learning to move at your own pace again, you're welcome to subscribe and join me for the journeys ahead. You're always welcome here.